Iovych Kuchuhura-Kucherenko was a Ukrainian minstrel and one of the most influential kobzars of the early 20th century. For his artistry he was awarded the title People's Artist of Ukraine in 1919 and later People's Artist of the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic in 1926. Biography Childhood Iovych Kuchuhura-Kucherenko was born on July 7, 1878 in the village of Murafa of Bohudakov in the Kharkov Governorate of the Russian Empire. At the age of 3, he became fully blind in his left eye and had some damage in his right eye. At the age of 8, he lost his father and became an orphan. The young Kuchuhura-Kucherenko had exceptional musical talent which directed him to the lifestyle of a kobzar. He was apprenticed to the kobzar Pavlo Hashchenko and began to perform as a kobzar at the turn of the 20th century. Education and performances. In 1902, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko participated in the 12th Archaeological Conference held in Kharkiv where he was the youngest participant, at age 24. The performance at the conference was organized by Iovych Kuchuhura-Kucherenko, who noticed that the kobzar was exceptionally gifted artistically, and during the preparation of the concert, spent a considerable amount of time with him. This association with Kuchuhura-Kucherenko left a significant impression on Kuchuhura-Kucherenko as he was able to learn much from Kuchuhura-Kucherenko. Kuchuhura-Kucherenko wrote in his memoirs, "I did not teach him my performances specifically, but he listened to my performance, and as a talented individual, independently copied me." In 1906, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko was performing at the market in Yekaterinoslav and was heard by the renowned historian Dmytro Yavornitsky. Kuchuhura-Kucherenko's high artism left a deep impression on Yavornitsky. Yavornitsky wrote, "To me he was a costly diamond who would only show his colors after polishing by a master." He invited Kuchuhura-Kucherenko to his home and later sent him to Myhorod to further master his bandura performance under the guidance of Opana Slastyan. For 3 months Kuchuhura-Kucherenko lived and studied at Slastyan's house, whereupon he returned to Yekaterinoslav and thanked the professor for his fatherly guardianship. Kuchuhura-Kucherenko demonstrated his newly acquired artistic skills to the professor, who was extremely satisfied and very moved. Yavornitsky organized a concert for the kobzar in Yekaterinoslav, which was a resounding success and helped elevate the popularity of Kuchuhura-Kucherenko as an exceptionally talented folk singer. In 1908, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko was invited to work as a teacher at the Mykola Lysenko's music school in Kiev. Here he worked for a period of 18 months. The work was difficult, and he was unable to continue it. He resumed his concertizing where he remained a master performer. Kuchuhura-Kucherenko was a virtuoso player of the bandura and had an exceptional baritone voice which left an excellent impression on the audience. Kuchuhura-Kucherenko noted, "While Parkhomenko was alive, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko took second place to his performances, but after his death, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko remained the most renowned bandurist." In 1913, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko traveled to St. Petersburg on the invitation of T. Privalov, on the recommendation of Iovych Kuchuhura-Kucherenko, where he had over 40 concerts, mainly at educational establishments. After St. Petersburg, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko was invited to Moscow by the Kobzar Society, where he also performed at ethnographic concerts and evenings organized by the society. In 1915, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko gave a highly successful concert at the Kharkiv Public Library. During the brief period of Ukrainian independence, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko toured Ukraine with concerts supporting the government of Simon Petlura, whom he knew personally. For his activity in supporting the government he was awarded the title People's Artist of Ukraine by the then Ukrainian government. Soviet period. During the Soviet period, Kuchuhura-Kucherenko was able to perform even more often. Initially the government supported many of these performances. In 1921, in the city of Bohudakov, A special concert was organized to celebrate his 25th anniversary of being a kobzar, and he was one of the first artists to receive the prestigious title of People's Artist of the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic in 1926. After 1928, Kucherenko began to perform on the grave mound monument of Taras Shevchenko in Kaniv. In the 1930s, it is known that he secretly became ordained as an Orthodox priest in the Ukrainian Autocephalous Orthodox Church. Until recently, Kucherenko's true date of death was not officially known. Soviet sources such as the Soviet Encyclopedia stated that he died in 1943 during the German occupation. Recently, it has become known that Kucherenko was arrested and after a period of 8 months of prolonged torture was finally shot by the NKVD in 1937. His body was buried in a mass grave on the territory of the KGB recreational facility in the area of Piatykhty on the outskirts of Kharkiv. Repertoire. Kucherenko's repertoire included 6 Dumi Oleksiy Popovich, about the poor widow and her 3 sons, Captive's Lament, Khmelnytsky and Barabash, the death of Bodun Khmelnytsky, the death of the Cossack bandurist. Many of the texts of these Dumi he learned from books, and the accompaniment he composed himself, as sometimes borrowing from other bandurists. His repertoire also included numerous songs of literary origin and songs which he composed himself. Kokevich also noted that Kucherenko had lost much of his folk character in his renditions of Ukrainian folk songs.